All right, nerds, strap in. We've got rough waters ahead. This is the rumor mill. Things are about to get turbulent. This is the rumor mill section that comes from the larger episode over on the main channel at Generally Nerdy on YouTube, or just Generally Nerdy on Rumble. You can go check it out there. This is just the rumors, all of the rumors and nothing but the rumors. None of this is substantiated just yet. Otherwise, it would be news and not rumors. So without further ado, let's get into this crazy, crazy rumor mill. And now we're rounding things out with the rumor mill. We've got some Iron Man to talk about in the rumor mill. Yeah. And then Fantastic Four, Fortnite, Lobo, so on and so forth. So let's start with the confirmations and refutations, and this is a refutation about those Iron Man movies. It is not explicit, but I feel like this is as explicit as we are ever going to get, because I don't think this is ever going to happen, and that is, we did hear that Robert Downey Jr. is off the table, quote unquote, as far as returning to the MCU. We heard this from a producer for the MCU named Stephen Broussard. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. no longer on the table. He said specifically that the torches are being passed, again, quote unquote. So what that means is they're setting up the future for new characters and new actors, it would seem. I think the actors part makes sense. I think the characters part maybe not so much, though there are hundreds and hundreds of Marvel characters that they can go through and maybe even make interesting. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, so we have definitive as we're ever going to get, I think, evidence that Iron Man will never again be played by Robert Downey Jr. So there you go. Now let's get into new rumors. We don't have any new sources for old rumors. Let's just talk about new rumors. First new rumor has to do with Fantastic Four. Reportedly, Franklin and or Valeria Richards, i.e. the children of Reed and Sue Storm, are reportedly going to be in the Fantastic Four movie. This is because it is being reported that Reed and Sue are going to be parents by the time we get to that movie. I'm putting this one at a 40%. Largely because of the source. It is not a great source. Also largely because of the fact that this is going to be our introduction. It is not going to be an origin of the Fantastic Four. So it is going to be into the career to some degree of the Fantastic Four. We know that explicitly from Disney Marvel. Yes, that is established. But just because they're into their career as superheroes does not mean that they are well on into their lives together. So I find it a little bit of a stretch to see, aside from the fact that, again, this is a very weak source, I find it a little bit of a stretch to say that these characters are going to be so well established that they're also going to have the children that are much less well known. I think they're going to go for younger actors in these roles. Maybe not super young, because Reed kind of is middle-aged for basically the entirety of his comic book life. So yeah, not going to be young, but younger, so that they can stay in the franchise for a while. And then yes, eventually we will probably get introduced to their children, because I would imagine they're going to try and show us that Kang, in fact, is the descendant of Reed. I just don't think that's going to be something they do jumping out the gate. So yeah, 40% likelihood for Fantastic Four. Next rumor has to do with gaming, and that is Fortnite. Fortnite is reportedly going to have a Creed 3 collab that rolls out round about the time Creed 3 hits theaters. And this comes from data miners. This is kind of a leak. So 85% likely this is a thing. There are some assets floating around as far as visuals go. I don't think those are legit. I think that's just fan-made stuff. But the text exists that was changed. It was changed from something else, and now they're going to be called, where did I put it? Creed Quests is what you're going to have to do to get Creed-related skins and such. So the Creed movie, just kind of as a real quick aside, is set to be released March 3rd. So roughly around about that time, we're going to be seeing that stuff hit Fortnite, according to the rumor. Again, 85% likely. There is a potential that Creed Quests means something else, but not super likely. And then we're talking next about Lobo. That's right, the big rumor that has been floating around for some time with Jason Momoa being rumored to be playing the character. This is not that rumor, otherwise it would have gone in a different section. But this is saying that something in Chapter 1 of James Gunn's Gods and Monsters DCU takeover, something in Chapter 1 is going to involve Lobo. I don't think that's super likely. That just strikes very much like fan wishes grasping at straws. Again, not a great source for this one either. We're going even lower than last time, and that is 35% that this is going to be a thing. Will Lobo be mentioned potentially in one of these Chapter 1 properties? Possibly. Will Lobo factor into the story at all? Maybe in a very removed sense. Will Lobo be in any of these? I don't think so. Not bloody likely. So yeah, 35% likelihood that Lobo is going to be finding his way onto the screen anytime during Chapter 1 for the DCU.
Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.